The Indianapolis Motor Speedway, dubbed the racing capital of the world. And once again, we are here for a grandstand event. NASCAR has the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Cup Series here for a double-header bill. Last night, the Trucks was at the Indianapolis Parkway Land Speedway that was just outside of Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Today, we're getting set for the Pennzoil 250. Dylan Welch is currently on top of the flag stand. Let's go down and have a look around Indianapolis.
Two of who's crossed the finish line first here at Indianapolis. From Jeff Gordon, who won the very first Brickyard 400 in 1994. He won 5 of those total. Or how about Brad Keselowski, who won the first O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race here in 2012. Great finishes through the years. That one between William Byron and Paul Menard. Or even last year, Connor Zilisch, who won the 100th race for Junior Motorsports. Every single victory here, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, how many times you've won. When you win here at Indianapolis, it changes your life. And this place right here above the yard of bricks, you can just feel the anticipation of what it means to race here and compete at this place.
Man, and what a special thing for Dylan, who's from Indiana, to get to stand on that flag stand. But if you want to cross the start-finish line first, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So, Bubba, what is it that makes this place so unique and so difficult as a driver?
Well, it's hard. I've never raced this package in Xfinity here, but from the Cup side, like, it's really hard to pass. So you want the track position. You want to keep yourself up front all day. 2 things I haven't done to start our weekend. But for this, like watching the O'Reilly race, it looks like a lot of fun. These guys are dicing back and forth with each other, making big runs and big gains. So I think it's timing your runs, making the right moves at the right time, but also knowing when to settle. Like letting the little fish go, catch the big fish later.
Yeah, Bubba mentions timing those runs. Let's take a look at that. Thanks to our friends at iRace, we've got a great animation here that's going to show the way that you set up a pass here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going down the backstretch right now, and the big thing you want to do, you have this 3,300-foot front stretch and backstretch, so a little bit of a draft, but as you enter turn 3, you're going to watch this trail car. You're always going to try to get your nose just a little bit lower than that car in front. You go through this little short chute. If you can get just a little bit lower, pack a little air, not only does it make your car turn better, it pushes that other car up, gets them tight, gets you to the inside, then allows you to create that pass. And again, if you can have that momentum as you come down these really long straightaways, makes for a mega lap time.
Well, Bubba's got a couple of competitors that are also pulling double duty this weekend, including Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. He nearly won in Chicagoland a couple of weeks ago. We'll not only see what he can do in the 88 today, but we're going to talk to him next.
all-time favorite driver, that's going to be a tough one. I'm probably going to go with Jimmy Johnson.
I was a bandwagon, so he was winning all the races, so I was like, I like that guy.
A fourth win in the Brickyard 400 to Jimmy Johnson.
I always kind of looked up to Jimmy Johnson on the personal side of like how he handled himself. In terms of on the racetrack and how they race, I was always a big Kyle Busch guy.
It was Jimmy Johnson always. It was Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch. I mean, those three were always my top tier people.
I've always liked Lewis Hamilton. If we're going to go international, I think that he obviously embodies a champion.
Probably AJ Foyt, because, I mean, the man could drive them all. He wanted everything. Indy cars, stock cars, didn't matter what it is.
Richard Petty. I would always watch, old races of him, and got to meet him a few times, and he kind of became my hero.
My all-time favorite driver for me would probably be my dad. I think that's a cheap answer, but someone that I want to be like. Obviously, I look up to my dad a ton, and so he'd go number one for me.
And we welcome you back to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Today marks the 11th time the series has raced here. Certainly would be something for a driver to get their first series win here today, and one that has a shot at doing that. He's with Dylan.
Brent Cruz's Indy debut got off to a little bit of a rocky start yesterday in practice with just a little bit of wall contact early in the moments of practice. So what caught you off guard in that moment that led to the contact?
Yeah, we were just really good in practice. This Young Life Toyota GR Supra was super fast, probably one of the best cars we've had all year. And the fine line is just so thin here, and it always has been in Indianapolis. So yeah, it just bit me a little bit, just got the right side some, and the whole 19 crew went to work on it yesterday and got it all fixed up for us, and had a pretty good qualifying spot for how good of a handling car we have. So yeah, just excited to roll out here. I was just watching Toyota teammate Bubba Wallace kiss some bricks, so that would be super cool in my rookie season.
Yeah, that's the balance today, right, is speed versus handling. So starting where you do, it's a little bit more overcast today. What kind of challenge is it going to be for you to move forward today?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll I'll let you know after the first stage. We got Gator starting right in front of me, so I'm sure he's going to be moving forward, and we'll try to work together and see us at the front.
Another new racetrack for this fast rookie. Brent Cruz starts in the 15th spot today.
Thanks, Dylan. And you think about the field and drivers that could get their first win. It's certainly, you think of Brent Cruz, how consistent he's been, 4 top 10s in the last 6 races. He's close.
Oh, I mean, every single weekend he's close, and unlike Corey Day, who we talked about a little bit ago, Brent has come through the perfect ladder of karts to late models to sprint midgets. He's raced everything to get here, and it's been on, to me, the perfect trajectory. And when you walk in the garage, everybody believes in this guy. Everybody knows how talented he is. He could get it done today. It'd be a great pick.
That's my pick. I'm taking him. I'm taking it. I'm locking him in. No, a tremendous talent, great kid. Been able to talk to him a handful of times and has the speed like we talked about with Corey Day. Came in, a lot of speed, some mistakes here and there. I'm hoping that he's showing me that you can still hit the fence and go win today so I can do the same thing tomorrow.
Well, here's the thing, is that he's going to make those same mistakes Corey Day did just because you're new. And look, Indy is a hard racetrack. Yes. We talked about this is one of the toughest tracks that we go to. So you're going to make mistakes. You just got to hope if you're the 19 team that you made it in practice and not in the race.
Yes, absolutely. As long as you learn from those, you come back even stronger.
Yeah, certainly has the capability to do that today. Let's switch gears for a moment, though, and take a look back at our classic moment today. Brought to you by Haggerty, Never Stop Driving. We're going back to 2002. Who could forget when Bill Elliott won this race?
I remember this. It was such a cool day. Bill came back, was driving for Evernham. He was so fast every single weekend. And if I remember correctly, there was a pretty cool kid in Victory Lane with him that day.
Who is that? Do you know him, Bubba?
I think I know that little punk face right there. Chase Elliott. What a guy.
Chubby cheeks.
Chubby cheeks, yes.
I don't think he kissed the bricks that day. I bet he would love to do that if he won today. He's with Kim Kuhn.
And Chase Elliott getting to celebrate with his dad, Bill, here at the Brickyard in 2002. What do you remember about that day, and what would it mean for you to get to kiss the bricks with your own win here at Indy?
Yeah, I honestly don't remember a lot, but, it's always been a really meaningful time just because of everything that was going on with his career. I could tell how much it meant to him, and really it was one of very few wins I was even alive for in his career. So even though I don't remember a whole lot, I I have always thought it was super cool just to be in the photos, and it really ever since then has made Indy super special, and a place that I would love to replicate that. For that reason, I just have always thought that would be kind of hard to top, honestly. Tomorrow more than today, to be honest, but would certainly love to get a win today. And we had a great run at Chicago, came up a little short, so I would love to correct that this afternoon and get a, I don't know, mini kiss. It wouldn't be the full one, I don't think, but it'd be pretty neat.
Chase mentioned he coming up short at Chicago. He finished runner-up there a few weeks ago.
And unfortunately, he's going to have to go to the back for unapproved adjustments today. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. But we saw how good he was in Chicagoland just a couple of weeks ago. Almost got that win.
Oh, and Bubba's going to learn when he gets up in the booth with Adam and I that this is what we live for, is to have one of these really fast cars have to go to the back and watch them try to make their way to the front. I don't expect that, he's going to be able to get back up through there. He'll have the speed in that car. With this package, it's a little bit different because of the draft and everything, the lower horsepower, but it's going to be fun to watch Chase drive back through the field.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, it puts pressure on the crew to make sure they make the right adjustments now, because you do go through a big balance shift from starting where he was to the back of the field. So it'd be interesting to see how fast he comes back up through the field.
All right, so now it's time to get to our race
Why'd
picks.
you take a deep breath?
Because he gave it away already.
Oh,
he gave his
I thought that was it. My bad. First time on TV.
All right, so here's what you got to do. You got to make your pick again and then explain why.
Okay. Just repeat what I said earlier. Brent Cruz, he's fast, he's young. I believe there's something about first time here at Indy, some magical thing is going to happen. I think it's going to happen for him.
Oh, I think the opposite. I would not have picked a first-time winner here at Indy. I think it's a challenging track. So I'm going to go, well, I'm going to go with the obvious, the guy that's only won 6 times this year, former champion. He's won here in 2018. I will take Justin Allgaier for the win today.
The obvious pick.
Yes.
I also asked you
Safe
this
bet.
off camera. I said, how many times have you picked Justin Allgaier this year?
Hey, listen, everyone got mad at me when I picked Kyle Larson a few years ago and he won 10 races. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to go with who thinks
Smart
wins.
man.
All right, how about rinse and repeat from Atlanta? You went Justin Allgaier in Atlanta. I went Carson Kvapil. I'm going to go with Carson Kvapil again today. Bubba and I are both going first-time winners today. I just feel like he's got a lot of confidence. He's got the speed starting at the front. Well, if you think these guys probably have somewhere to be, we're going to have to let Bubba and Jamie get to the pagoda to call this race. We'll have a little bit more to share before we go green here at Indianapolis. We'll be right back. We're above the action with GovX aerial coverage. GovX savings for those who serve. And everyone, of course, wants a chance at kissing the bricks if they win, but they would also love to go on a little ride after as well, right, Kim?
That's right, Carla. Indianapolis Motor Speedway is a legendary venue, rich in history and tradition. Like you mentioned, kissing the bricks, not the only cool thing the winner gets to do. IMS has a custom hydraulic platform. It's 20 feet by 10 feet. It's called the Victory Lift. Give me a second. Hit it, Wayne. And it elevates not only the winning driver, but the winning car up to the second story where Victory Circle podium is. It is a symbol of success here at one of the most famous racetracks in the world. And Dylan, somebody's going to get to ride this later today.
And Kim, from where you are in Victory Lane, the driver that wins this race will come here to the Yard of Bricks for the famous kissing of the bricks. In 1909, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway was built and paved with 3.2 million of these bricks. And over the course of history, the pavement has been laid down, and all that remains is this, the Yard of Bricks, the most famous start-finish line in all of racing. And that's what every driver wants to do today. They want to be the first one to cross this line first, because the Yard of Bricks symbolize the history and tradition that goes along with racing and competing at this facility. That's what all 38 drivers racing today are chasing. Crossing the Yard of Bricks as a winner here is a life-changing moment, Carla.
That's right, and if any driver has been the most consistent over the last couple of weeks, it's been Brent Cruz. He's got 4 top 5s in the last 6 races, including 2 runner-up finishes. But if he wants to get his first win today, he's going to have a little work to do, starting from 15th. Every winner here has started in the top 8, but don't let that stat count him out. 2 of his 3 career runner-up finishes have also come from starting outside the top 10. And as we get ready to start today's pre-race ceremonies, Golden Corral would like to take a moment to thank our nation's heroes. It's a privilege to serve those who serve. Time for our pre-race ceremonies here in Indy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you're able and remove your hats, and veterans render a hand salute as the Indiana National Guard presents our nation's colors. Here to give today's invocation, community pastor from Connection Point Church, Neil Hinders.
Almighty God, thank you for gathering us here today at the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 250. God, we pray that you bless every driver, every pit crew member, and keep them safe. Help them to navigate tough situations under pressure. Give them a peace in every situation. God, in our conduct, in this time together, help us just to honor you and honor each other. In Jesus' name, amen.
Here to perform our national anthem, please welcome Indiana-based recording artist Sarah Stafford.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you.
Golden Corral is proud to partner with Project Healing Waters, healing Americans veterans through the therapeutic art of fly fishing. And as a founding partner of Camp Corral, Golden Corral helps send children of wounded, ill, or fallen military members to summer camp each year. Well, we're almost buttoned up here at Indianapolis. We'll get the command to fire the engines on the other side. We've got O'Reilly Auto Parts Series racing. It's on the way when we come back.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series is headed to the world-famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway. This iconic 2.5-mile rectangular oval, known as the Brickyard, has been delivering historic moments since 1909. Racing at Indy is one of the most difficult challenges in all of motorsports. The track's flat banking makes braking extremely important. Drivers will carry immense speed down the long, flat straightaways, braking hard at corner entry. Maintaining grip and control through the turns is critical, because how much speed drivers carry off the corner determines their momentum down the straight. Drivers can either capitalize and get ahead, or lose time and fall to the back of the field. Part of what makes Indy so unique is its layout. For starters, it's one of the largest tracks on the schedule. As you can see, several of the world's most famous landmarks, like the Coliseum and the Great Pyramid of Giza, can fit inside of Indianapolis Motor Speedway with room for another racetrack. Another unique feature is that this track is made up of 4 sharp, distinct corners connected by long straightaways. Turn 1 in particular is notorious. Drivers will come off the front straight at extreme speed and then quickly commit to a flat, unforgiving corner with very little margin for error.
Indianapolis Motor Speedway is really tough, especially with the package we run on the NASCAR O'Reilly Series cars. The biggest difference compared to other drafting tracks is how much you have to slow down for the turns at Indianapolis. You can't carry as much speed, and clean air is a lot bigger factor.
Indy is certainly a unique place, 4 different shaped corners, and they all really drive different. You're gaining a lot of speed at turn 1 and then turn 3, because those are the longest straightaways on the track. When you go on to 2 and 4, you're trying to just honestly keep the throttle down all the way.
Today, expect a true test of precision, patience, and control as the O'Reilly Series races for 100 laps at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
It's race day in Indianapolis Motor Speedway, one of the great venues in all of sports.
Be smart, execute all day, be there at the end. Be rolling.
What a hellacious spin to the inside. One going for a ride into the wall.
Kyle Busch swings up in front of Ryan Blaney.
Kyle Busch has had a perfect afternoon here at the Brickyard. Here comes Menard. He's going to fall short by a half a car length. William Byron wins.
Turn 4 for the final time. To the inside is Riley Herbst.
Give the win at the Brickyard to Riley Herbst. Connor Zilic is absolutely on fire.
This is Indianapolis. This is the most famous racetrack in the world.
This is awesome. Those bricks look really kissable, and I'm ready to kiss them.
The only goal today is to kiss a brick, so let's do it.
And every driver would love to win at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway and etch their name in the history books, but maybe no one more so than Carson Kvapil, who's still looking for his first career victory after 5 runner-up finishes, including when the series raced 2 weeks ago at Atlanta. And there's some pressure for Carson to win, but the team told me everyone in the entire JRM organization is pulling the rope in the same direction to try to get Carson to victory lane. That certainly is the case this weekend with a standout car in both practice and qualifying. Dylan, Carson had the fastest consecutive 10-lap average in practice yesterday and will start on the front row here today.
Kim, the most seasoned driver in the field today is Jeremy Clements, who's making his 552nd series start this afternoon. Also today, he's starting as far forward as he ever has in any of those previous starts after qualifying 4th this afternoon. Jeremy's team is a family-run business, but this year they've aligned with the Haas factory team, and the results have shown it with a couple top 10 finishes this year, including just a couple weeks ago, last time we raced in Atlanta. There have been several underdog stories through the years here at Indy. Another one is off to a good start today from the outside of row 2. It's race day in Indianapolis. It's time to get the command to fire engines for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
And now to give those most famous words in all of motorsports, we direct your attention to the victory podium and welcome Senior Marketing Manager of Take 5 Oil Change, Stephanie Lee.
Drivers, start your engines!
And we are just within minutes of these cars rolling off the grid to start what's going to be a total of 100 laps around this place. The booth featuring Cup driver Bubba Wallace will welcome us back.
It's race day in Indy. Good afternoon from the racing capital of the world. CW Sports welcomes you to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Racing at this famed venue for the 15th time. Cars rolling off, we're ready to go. Welcome into the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Adam Alexander with two men that have won the Brickyard 400. Jamie Mack got it done in 2010. Last year, it was all about Bubba Wallace. Man, I'm glad you're in the booth with us.
We're
This
here.
is going to be fun.
Thanks for having me.
And,
Pre-race goes, or the race goes in like pre-race, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
and I will say this from a wardrobe perspective.
Bubba wins.
You win, okay?
Give me another brick.
That's right. Speaking of winning, take us back to last year and being able to pull into victory victory lane after winning the Brickyard 400?
Just a really, really incredible moment. And what I like you a lot, but you calling the race was really, really cool. You know, Bubba Wallace wins it, that whole deal. It really flowed together nicely. But it was just that moment right there, seeing how excited the team was truly, it truly brought me a lot of joy. That was my third win. A lot of people's first on that team right there. And so, and then of course, the moment here with Bex was really, really special. So I'm excited to share that story with him when he gets a little bit older, so he knows what's going on. But all in all, man, just really honored and excited to be back here in Indy and hopefully defend it off again tomorrow.
Well, I can 100% guarantee you that as Bex gets older and you go back and look at those photos, it's going to mean even more to you, because as we look back at when I was able to win in 2010, it was such a special day. Chip Ganassi was an IndyCar owner, had won the Indy 500 earlier that year. That moment of coming off 4 and knowing you're going to win at Indianapolis is so special. And then that moment of kissing the bricks with your family, your team, they don't rush you. It's so special to be able to do that. Actually, Carter was in Christie's belly in that photo right there. I have it on my desk. It's a really cool moment for us to go back and look at. And you know Carter now, he's taller than I am. So it's pretty crazy how fast it happens.
For sure.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an unbelievable day. It's such a big race when you come here. Add to that 3 races till we get to the chase. So much on the line. We're green next on CW. Look at this place. 2.5 miles of racing goodness. Ready to bring the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series to you today from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Qualifying happened earlier today. Let's get to the starting grid. Sheldon Creed leading us to the green. What do you see there, Bubba?
How about Jeremy Clements in the number 51? Starts 4th today. That's the best qualifying effort of his career in over 550 starts.
That is a crazy stat. I'm going to go back and look at Justin Allgaier. He's my pick for the race today. Going to roll off 13th, 6 wins this season. He's already locked in as the #1 seed in the chase, and he's the only past Indy winner in the field.
Hey, if I had bet on qualifying, I would have bet the under. I would have said Allgaier would have qualified better than 13th. I would have said the same, no doubt, about Jesse Love. Our reigning champ, row 13. They had an issue with the car after a few sprinkles during the qualifying session. He goes out not happy with the speed. Anxious to see what that team does once we go green today.
I'm going to go back and talk a little bit about J.J. Ailey, who's going to start 34th. Listen to this, guys. 28 years ago, finished 9th in the Indy 500 at this track. We showed it earlier. Had a spin early in the race, came back for a top 10 finish.
Ready to hear more? Scan the QR code to take a short free online hearing test. Now let's listen in to Starkey Radio Communications, Team 7 and Justin Allgaier.
Let's go get it done today and go kiss those bricks.
This place never fails, man. Man, I'm so proud of this race car, all the effort that goes into it. So, got 3 weeks to go get 3 wins before this playoff start. We got the team and the car to do it, so let's go have some fun.
Well, I talked to Justin a little bit in our pre-race, and he's hoping that the sun comes out and it gets slick. They feel like they built their car for handling. That's why he's a little bit back in qualifying, but I think they're going to be just fine, regardless of what the conditions do here. I just think the 7 car is going to find his way to the front.
This place is weather sensitive, and the weather this weekend has been a bit of a moving target. Let's hear from our pit reporters before we turn them loose today. We start with Kim Kuhn. Good afternoon. What's going on, Kim?
Good afternoon, AA. You see Chase Elliott in the 88 car dropping to the rear. That's because they had a right rear tire rub during qualifying, ended up changing their tire. That's why he will start from the rear. The team was a little surprised at qualifying, felt like they deserved and had a car that should have been on the front row, but that tire rub inhibiting him from getting that done. But he's making his 2nd and final start of the season in this series. I asked crew chief Marty Lindley what it's like on the weeks he's got a Cup Series driver in his car, and he told me it's a huge advantage. He said their knowledge, their confidence, and what they can add to the team's notebook. Dylan?
And we'll go from the back of the field to the very front. Sheldon Creed, the pole sitter, still has plenty to fight for with 3 races left before the chase. The battle for 3rd in points is as intense as the race for the bubble, and there's always that incentive to start the postseason as high as you can. Sheldon won his first pole of the year this afternoon, and as good as Haas Factory team was here a year ago, they've got everybody right where they want them to start the day and for them to have a good points day, and that's out the rearview mirror.
Yeah, you want to finish the regular season strong, and you think about the campaign for a guy, you know, like Sheldon Creed and what he's been able to do. It'd be fun to watch them go get it done today. Front row, Creed to his right, Carson Kvapil. Row 2, Mayer and Clements. 100 laps at one of the great venues in all of motorsports. We are green at Indianapolis.
Green, green, green.
Looks to me like both those first 2 rows are locked together. That outside might be a better place to be if it can keep the momentum off of turn 2.
Yeah, we always talk about the first lap or 2 is beneficial, somewhat beneficial for the top, but then after that you want to get down in line and in the preferred groove.
Creed with a great job clearing Carson Kvapil. You see now Mayer side drafting him. Carson's now going to be stuck on the outside, and I hope he can get down sooner than later before he loses too many spots here.
This is the part of the track that I love. Into turn 3, you see everybody fan out down the back straightaway. A lot of jockeying for position into the corner there. 1-2, Haas Factory team, Creed and Kvapil.
Yeah, look how far they
Creed and
spread
Mayer,
out
rather.
already, guys. That is not what we saw last year at all. I can't believe the gap between those first 3 cars. We'll see if that draft sucks them all back up and together.
Some more fanning out here. It's always so interesting of where you're going to funnel back into place, like you had mentioned earlier, Adam.
Yeah, Creed, Mayer, 1-2. Clement settles into 3rd, and they're side by side for the 4th spot. Brandon Jones, winner earlier in the summer at Chicago, inside of Carson Kvapil.
Oh, and Carson's in trouble right here. He had a chance to get down, and Jones got inside of him, and now watch this. All these cars are going to line up, and he's going to continue to be on the outside, not only in turn 3, but probably off 4. He's going to lose 4 or 5 spots with these guys lined up.
Yeah, the aggression to get back down starts to ramp up here because the spotter is telling you, it looks like he might have a hole here behind the 54 if he can get down.
He does. Good job.
So yeah, you never want to hear they're lined up out
Still
behind
there?
you, make it work. Yeah, we're still there.
Right.
Well, that's his teammate, right there behind him, Sammy Smith. So maybe a little forgiveness in that situation.
And that also cost Sammy because now the 18 is inside of him. Oh, we're 3 wide now.
Oh, Corey Day getting to the inside right here. Swallich, who looks like he's on the inside of Ross Chastain, who was our fastest car in practice. Gotta wonder, they have enough grip built into that 9 car.
Sound gear onboard camera. Swallich coming off a top 5 a couple of weeks ago at Atlanta, was 6th here at Indianapolis last year.
On your exit. Want to run from the top.
This package just looks so interesting of how they can just get a little bit of run and pull out and make it to where they're all kind of clumped together. But the aggression in these first handful of laps, it's a fine balance of too aggressive, but being too lazy. As you see the 7 car pouncing on Corey Day here, just bad timing of when he made that move into turn 1, 3 wide, he never could recover and get the right run.
Yeah, Corey Day's got to be really careful. He's never been in this position at this track, and it's one of those things until you experience the lack of grip on the outside. Nice job there, though, controlling his car, hoping he can get back in line.
Same tire that we ran at Pocono, and we all know what happened there early to Corey Day, opening laps that got away from him. So you just live to fight another day if you're him, especially driving a car that has speed like that one does. But he's under attack again, and this time it's Ryan Sieg who had a top 5 here a year ago in that 39.
Yeah, and Corey needs Alfredo to run a little higher here so he can get some of that draft, maybe get a help right here from Caruth. Oh, no,
Raja's going to take it.
Different plans, going to make it 3 wide and clear both of these guys down into turn 3.
Raja fighting for a position in the chase, 3 to go.
He got so loose there.
Somewhere Mr. H is saying, hang on, fellas, those HendrickCars.com Chevys mixing it up on the corner.
And that's the thing, though, like you get a penalty for, okay, I'm just going to settle. I look at Atlanta, and the way Atlanta races now, as soon as you take a breath and you're like, oh, that's it. You've just lost 3 spots. Here, you have to go for it, especially with this package.
Yeah, the package and the way it sets up the draft and what it creates at this place has made it so fun the last few years.
Well, it creates the 2-for-1, right? Because those guys get side by side in front of you, and it creates such a draft for you that if they leave room on the inside or the outside, you get such a run, you can clear both of them on one straightaway.
You think about the Alliance situation here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. You got Haas factory cars running 1-2, but third, Jeremy Clements, he's a part of that alliance, something we'll follow throughout the afternoon. Right behind them, you got Brandon Jones, Taylor Gray, the 2 Toyotas from Joe Gibbs Racing.
So you're saying Junior Motorsports is not 1 through 6 right now?
How about that?
Wow.
Now,
They missed it. They must have missed it.
Give it some time.
They got 6th to 8th on the board right now, and Allgaier on the move.
They'll be just fine. But go back to the 51. Jeremy's been around for a long time. Obviously, we said 550 starts. One of the nicest guys in the garage.
Yeah.
So to see the success come his way, whether it's his first start or his 550th start, like it's good to see just for the whole garage in general.
Powerball power movers plus 11 now from Chase Elliott from the back. Kim told us about the tire issue, had to drop to the rear, but he's moving forward.
Yeah, and the fact that he was able to survive those first couple of laps, having to go to the back, we've seen that was one of the things, as we talked to the drivers down on pit road before the race, they were concerned with having a wreck early on and getting caught up in that. But this is good for Chase. He'd like to re-rack him right now, though, and kind of close up that gap. A little bit easier to get him on the restarts, but it looks to me like that car is moving along nicely. You mentioned it, up 11 spots already.
Look at that snake. I mean, they just get in line and try to find a little drafting help before you make your move.
We go through so much data and whatnot, so to come off the wall a little bit reduces the drag that you put on yourself from the wall in the car, and so that's why you see that snaking effect, and everybody just follows suits.
Saw the 9 pop through the screen. Ross Chastain making his final start of the year, one earlier in the campaign, driving for Junior Motorsports at Charlotte.
Little slow to start for the 9 of Ross Chastain, but the last time by ran the fastest lap of anybody on the track. So probably getting a little bit of a benefit of these guys in front of him, getting some of the draft, the low power that the O'Reilly cars have at this track. But I mentioned he was fastest in practice, so just working on the balance of that car. It didn't seem to me that it took off the way that he needed it to, but right now, fastest car on the track.
Well, we talk about this kind of really every race. The first run of the race, really anywhere you go, is the worst that your car is going to drive. No matter if you qualified and it felt great earlier, the qualifying to race balance is way different. But then just the track sitting there for an hour or two, heat soaking, you're over on the radio lap 3. I need this, I need that.
What'd you change? Right?
Yes, like why is it driving so bad?
Yeah, the track's about 10 degrees hotter than what we had in qualifying earlier today, guys, so that's going to take a lot of grip as well.
What's going on, Dylan?
Well, just speaking about Ross in the 9 car, it's worth noting he's never run this specific package here. So you guys talk about that so far today. Ross has made 4 starts here, but never in this type of racing package. So he was learning in practice, learned pretty quick as he was fastest, but spoke with Philip Bell, the crew chief, and he said, we're just going to let Ross do what he does best today, and that's be aggressive. You're going to have to be, as you guys have talked about. So just trying to make his way forward here. He's up to the 7th spot after starting in 8th.
There you go. Allgaier going by 2 of them right here. You saw him get side by side.
3 wide. Everybody settles in. He got
over yet.
I'm interested in that because 2 cars were side by side. He pulled down, but he didn't get the 2 for 1 like we talked about. So maybe he had to check up on exit as well and didn't have the big of a run as we thought.
9 laps in at Indianapolis for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and this move was key for Sheldon Creed to get ahead of the curve and take the lead. He's leading laps at this place for the first time in his career. 00 stout in the early going from the pole on CW. Test your luck and make your power play by heading to your local lottery retailer or get in the game for tonight's estimated Powerball jackpot of $600 million. Sheldon Creed continues to lead at Indianapolis out in front of his teammate Sam Mayer, Clements, Quapple, Chastain, the top 5. Good racing behind him. Brandon Jones, there was Sammy Smith, Allgaier, William Sawalich hanging in as well.
Guys, I can't help but notice, and Justin Allgaier brought this up earlier, 7 of the top 9 Hendrick engines. I know we referenced it last week at Atlanta, last time we raced at Atlanta, just the dominance that those guys have had. And it's the talk throughout the garage that that's a distinct advantage that they have over everybody. Have made a big improvement this year on it. And this is one of those tracks. Horsepower is king here. It's made a big difference, and it's showing again today.
It's really interesting. I mean, Creed pulls away. Then you got Mayer right there with Clements. Then another little pod there with Quapple and Chastain. And then this.
The discrepancy is interesting. Like you mentioned, group of cars, big break. Group of cars, big break. And so I think a lot of people are surprised at what they have as a balance for the race car. But you do start to see the JRM cars start to move together. Move forward together.
100%. I was going to say a little bit earlier, Sawalich went to get underneath somebody, and Allgaier had a choice. He could have made it the 2-for-1 or went with William, and he chose to go with Sammy Smith. Then they caught the next car. He went with Sammy Smith, almost like a Daytona Talladega type. Just commit to your teammate in front of you, and it's helped both of those guys leapfrog forward.
Another thing to look at is maybe Allgaier feels that if he takes the lead and you go through a big balance shift from being the second place car to the first place car, maybe he needs that car in front of him to keep his balance neutral into the tight side so he can keep marching forward.
So oddly enough, I talked to these guys yesterday after practice. They get looser in traffic than they do by the car's tighter by themselves, which is so strange. But I talked to 2 or 3 different teams, and they all said the same thing, that they were actually freer being behind someone.
Now look at Clements. I mean, he's able to jump around Mayer here, get up to second. That team, you know, they started the year, and I referenced the alliance with Haas Factory, and they weren't as good as I thought they would be or as good as they expected to be. But once they got their arms around everything they were dealing with, last couple of months, he's been very consistent, spends a lot of time inside the top 10. I mean, you see, he's not bearing a lot of fruit when you talk about races here at Indianapolis on the oval. But today they've come to play in both qualifying and now in the race.
You know, the one thing that we always talk about, and I heard Bubba say it earlier, qualifying is everything at this racetrack. And he qualified, had his best qualifying effort ever, and now he's able to capitalize on it by, qualifying up front and has a good car also in race. It's just about executing the entire day for that 51 team.
On the contrary to that, the 41 of Mayer, his lap time came back there, but the previous lap, maybe it was just from him letting Clements by, but he was a half a second slower than your leaders.
Yeah, nice rebound, though. You said that. Like, he actually one of the faster laps on the track that last time by, so good rebound.
Well, this has been a good track for Mayer, and we take a weekend off. In 2 weeks, we go to Iowa, where he's been so successful. Also wanted to update, I had said this would be the final start for Ross Chastain in the 9. He actually will run the 9 car. That will be his final start of the year at Iowa, so it'll be good to have him back in the mix with Junior Motorsports putting 5 cars on track there.
Take a look here at Jeremy Clements. You see getting to the inside of Sam Mayer on the bottom of your screen. Looks like Sam didn't race him too hard into the corner. Gonna let him go early in the race. I think that'll be different later on.
That's so nice when
nice.
You get the run and it's obvious, and they're just like, they give you the wave by.
Right.
If it's SVG, he gives you the finger, but you still know he's giving you the motion by.
What's going on with Jesse Love, Kim?
Yeah, let's check in with the 2 car after they started 26 up to the 18th position. Didn't have the speed in qualifying. The team was very concerned, but they did admit they don't have the speed at these type places. They feel like everyone has caught up or moved forward speed-wise, and they have not taken that step forward. But how is the car right now? Take a listen to the Starkey in-car radio from the 2 car.
My balance in clean air is tight on exit, but in dirty air my balance is good, so I'm fine with it.
And I wanted you guys to hear that in-car because that goes back exactly to what Jamie was mentioning. Cars better in traffic. We saw this last year too. A number In dirty air, it was a little bit better. That's what we're hearing from RCR and Jesse Love right now.
Jamie, I give up.
Yeah,
okay?
I
give up. I don't know. I cannot relate to that because all we want is clean air. As soon as a car gets in front of us, we have a total different balance. Our inputs are way different. And then we start complaining about things that are almost superficial because how much is it from that dirty air? Or is that your balance? Let's talk when we get back to clean air. They are the exact opposite. I'm out.
Yeah, it is. It's a unique situation. Inside. So we ride on board with Parker Retzloff and the Card Gorilla on board. You see that guy going by him right there, Chase Elliott.
On the move.
Oh, yeah. Clyde is moving on up all the way to 19th now. Balance of the 88 car is on point.
I talked to Marty Lindley in the garage today. He said, I hope later this afternoon we hear that siren down in Georgia. He's cut the field in half. Good rally from the back for Chase Elliott. Sheldon Creed leading this thing. We're at the historic Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You absolutely cannot beat race day here. We're live at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Sheldon Creed leading the first 23 laps. But there he goes. Jeremy Clements driving by, takes over the top spot. Mayer gets inside of him, and here comes the 9 of Ross Chastain.
Sheldon is struggling.
Gosh, he went from the leader. He's going to fall all the way back to 4th.
He had
one straightaway right there.
2-second advantage.
Yeah,
2 seconds.
Had some lap traffic kind of impede his progress, and now this.
Yeah, but you have to think, like, we're talking during break, like he had to. So we see here in the replay, the 47 of David Starr is holding up Sheldon. I think Sheldon's balance is going away before this, just enough to where David Starr became a bigger star in his factor of losing that lead that he had. So 2-second lead now erased, and now back to 4th, as you mentioned.
Let's go to Sheldon Creed's radio here.
This is going to be good.
This motherfucker out of the way. Come on, keep coming. Still out there. Bumper. And you're clear, clear. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Get those motherfuckers out of the way, Andy. Yep, I am going to definitely work on it from here on out.
JB, you know what I love? Is that we go tell the spotter, go do this. Do you think they ever do it?
They don't ever move, I guarantee you. I got them all over it, that's what they say.
Yeah.
That radio communication, I think, happened a lap or two before exactly what we saw. I think Sheldon started to catch him and then couldn't. That's where he lost that 2-second lead. And I just wonder, you know, we talk about the speed that car had in qualifying. Is it more of a qualifying car? Well,
is he trimmed out? Right.
Yeah, and can he maintain now that he's in some dirty air? Does the balance go way away? We've got 5 laps to go in the stage. We'll see when he regroups here exactly what they can do.
We're slipping and sliding.
Ooh, yeah, look at that.
Nice.
Oh, can't quite get there. You see Justin pulling down blocking.
God, look out. The grass is down there. No out of bounds in Indianapolis.
Oh, this will be
the right rear.
on the outside.
Here?
Youth versus experience, side by side for position into the corner. Power move, Williams.
That was a great move.
Go get you some.
Yeah, I don't need the inside. I'll just go right on around the outside. 18 car really good at the end of this run. See if he can do anything with Sheldon Creed now. He's gonna have a little bit of momentum.
Well, and he comes in below the chase cut line. Every one of these points is huge for him, so get as many as you can.
And he's one of those guys, we talk about him every week. He has a lot of speed. Look at the handling on this car. He's going to pull the exact same move. That's what we showed you in the iRacing animation we had earlier today, trying to get just to the inside there, get the momentum, and now Allgaier's most likely going to pull him through.
You know they told Sawalich on the radio.
He's so frustrated.
0 struggling. Go get him.
Absolutely. That's when he pounds.
Look at the push from Allgaier.
Our team, the team's on the pit box. We get the communication of what potentially that car could be struggling with. So if the 0 is battling loose, you know what us race car drivers can do.
Absolutely, make it worse.
Pack all the air on your left rear to make that even worse to get by you.
Allgaier couldn't get by, and now look at Sammy Smith trying to gain a position. Taylor Gray getting after it, and we all know the rivalry that has existed in the last couple of years between the 54 and the 8.
I tell you what, I love the racing today, though. We kind of spread out, and now it's all starting to get back together. I don't think we can give enough love to our leader, though. We kind of lost sight that Spartanburg's finest Jeremy Clements is in the front.
He's checked out, baby.
Coming into today, he had led 2 laps in the last 40 races. Today, he's led 4, probably going to put at least 7 together and win the stage. Just a great start to this race for driver 51.
That's got to feel so good for him to be out front at this racetrack, be the leader. See, he's going to catch some lap traffic right here, but it just seems to me like that 51 car had good handling in qualifying, and now it's got a really good handling car in the race.
Yeah, and what this does for the 51, you know, we talk about the success that they're having right now. We hope that lasts all throughout the day so that we can have a good story to talk about. But the other side of it is look at the TV time he's getting for his partners.
Absolutely.
Like they make these opportunities happen, you know, very last minute, and some of these teams do. And like we mentioned, Clements has been around for a while with what was that, Sky Fund?
Sky Fund.
They're getting Sky Fund Aviation. They're getting some love there. So that's really important as a whole to get them a good run, and it's got to make him smile inside the race car.
And you see Sheldon Creed to the right of our screen there, just continuing to fade back all the way back to 7th now. Put a little block on Taylor Gray.
Wappel great in practice yesterday. He's up to 3rd. And the other mental note I would make here, getting late in the run on these tires, so you fast forward to long runs, especially in that final stage. And is this a preview maybe of who are going to be the cars you deal with late in the run? when we're ready to get that checkered flag later in the race.
Well, and Bubba, we talk about junior motorsports. 2 of the top 3 now. Jeremy Clements is out in front. You just pointed out, though, as we ride on board with William Swalich, you can see the power of that 41 car in front of it.
Yeah, I really like the handling of this 18 car.
The water heater is what we like in the 41 car.
Yes. Like oh, this is going to be a big run here.
Look at how much exit speed he has.
He's just got a little bit grip left in the tank, and he's able to carve just a little bit better, get his nose pointed in the right direction, and make the runs.
And if William can get that car just a little bit better on the short run and get into just a little bit better position, you see right here as we come to the end of this first stage, he's one of the best cars on the track.
Career start 5:52 for Jeremy Clements. And here he is for the green and white checkered flag, 41 from Spartanburg, South Carolina. He wins the opening stage at Indianapolis.
Let's go.
Second career stage win. The other coming at Bristol a couple of years ago. He's won at Daytona, he's won on the road.
Those guys just kept getting tighter and tighter, and I could kind of control mine, but it really...
Winning stages, providing analysis.
Love it.
We appreciate it, Jeremy. Most likable guy in the garage, I'd say, or one of them, right? Top 5 for sure. Just a good dude. And some hard work paying off today. Clements out front at the Brickyard. NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral honors our nation's heroes. Progressive Insurance. Get in the savings lane today. Visit progressive.com. And by Toyota. Let's go places. The Wheeling caution lights are on. The same Wheeling emergency lights and sirens you see on the safety vehicles here at the track are protecting first responders and communities all across America. I like the dueling checkered flag shirts there. That was
I hope they're
awesome.
at the start-finish line.
There we go.
There we go. She went for the tighter pattern. He went for the bigger pattern.
Just wait till they reach for their phones and their friends are texting them. You know, they're talking about you on TV. Let's go back to, Chase Elliott starts in the back after they had the tire issue, and he ends the stage in 14th, and he was getting after it on that drive to the front. This is lap 3. It's turn 3. Look at that.
Ooh, got run down just a little bit, trying to get by some of those guys. And he's lucky with the splitter, not destroying that car, but looks like he just caught the very edge of that. I don't think there's any damage to it.
If they execute on pit road here, get them off 11th or 12th, I mean, you think about without the benefit of a caution in stage 1 to go from the back to 14th, and if you can get a little help on pit road, that would be huge for them as we get ready for this second run of the day.
Yeah, and you mentioned pit road. This is a tough pit road from the teams, the speed that you run down it with because of the width of it. The stalls are incredibly long, but they're not very wide, so it is a very challenging pit road, and I feel like every race we come here, we see an issue.
One of the most treacherous pit roads that we have on the circuit.
Stalls are really slick as well, like trying to get stopped in your stall, they're slick, and then also trying to accelerate out. Even though you see all that rubber, I think a lot of that's from the Indy 500, which was here, months ago. But man, I noticed even doing the pace car ride yesterday, trying to accelerate out of that, it's extremely slick.
Got to execute here, and I think about those drivers that needed stage points coming in around the bubble. Gray was able to deliver in that category, so was Cruz and Sawallich, who we ride with here. Progressive pit road is open. Dylan Welsh, you're up.
And Jeremy Clements will work his way down to about the middle of pit road here and lean on his team to get him out as close to the front as he came in here. He reported that he got just a little bit free at the end of that run. He asked for a little bit more tug in the wheel, which I think just means try to snug him up a little bit. Middle screen, Ross Chastain said he fired off 3 numbers 3 free, built to 3 numbers tight. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment just to try to keep him a little bit freer on the long run, Kim.
You see Carson Quaffle, bottom of your screen. He said tight all around, worse in traffic, specifically center exit. He said entry's fine, but I wouldn't want to be any freer. Carson said don't make a little change, but don't make a big change. I'd call that a Goldilocks, but they'll take half a pound out of both front tires and a piece of tape on the one car.
The stop shows 18 seconds for Jeremy Clements. Boy, this is such a tight pit road from the exit, from the line on the outside of the pit lane all the way to the wall. It is tight. Ross Chastain comes off +1. William Sawallich gains a couple. Clements fell 7 positions. Let's go back and watch the exit here. Look at,
it's so tight right there.
A lot of give and take right there.
Gray and Cruz. We get the restart for stage 2 next. Getting ready for stage 2 at Indy. This stage break brought to you by Arby's. Ross Chastain going to be the race leader when we go green here. You know, if there's anyone who knows the value of a good crew, it's the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. That's why they want to put the spotlight on the pit crew members that are essential to a race team's success. Let's go back down to Dylan.
And Adam, the pit crews are important here at Indy, and so is the safety team. If you've attended any racing here over the last maybe 20 years or so, you might have seen Clifford, the little red 2003 Chevy S10 pickup that is part of the safety crew here. Now, Clifford isn't just enjoying his twilight years as a show vehicle. He's out there working almost every yellow flag situation that comes up at Indy. Sometimes he gets out there and just makes some laps for the fun of it. This was a couple of years ago, taking the checkered flag here during a rain delay at the month of May. But the truck is equipped to dispense oil dry and also has the capabilities to assist the IMS track sweepers with cleanup with the broom and blower that are set up at the back of the truck that you see there. So Clifford's at home here. He's worked at tracks all over the world, even in Japan, helping the IndyCar safety crews a number of years ago. And he's just one of many traditions and familiar faces here every time we come back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway that we look forward to seeing.
First new vehicle I ever bought looked just like that.
Really, Dylan has a little bit of a bromance with Clifford, I can tell there. It's got some history here for Dylan. He talked about that a little bit earlier in our show.
A couple of things to clean up here. Big penalty on pit road, uncontrolled tire, Taylor Gray.
It's going to be huge.
And good thing he got some stage points right. He comes from the rear. The same for Nick Sanchez. He'll drop to the rear here. They also had a penalty, and you know, you look at where everybody is here. Plus 22 now for Sawalich, minus 22 for Gray. Raja didn't get stage points there, but finished just outside the top 10, so pretty good start to the afternoon for him. The event's DC onboard camera riding here. He was 13th at the end of the stage, 18th prior to the choose here as we go for stage 2.
Get a look here at Taylor Gray and the issues they had on pit road. Way up there at the top of your screen, you see the pit crew guy have to run out and grab that tire. Look at how narrow that is. We talked about as these cars exit, though, there's just no room, and on top of that, it's a really fast pit. Oh, it's so close with Brent Cruz having to react. And if you're the car that's pitted back towards turn 4, you want to naturally get to the far right so that you give yourself a little bit of room. Now, my goodness, Jackman getting smoked by the right front fender on Ryan Ellis's car.
Yeah, Tableau TV gave us a front row seat for that one. Here's O2 radio.
Probably not fun to get hit by a car, so all good. Sorry.
I love that. Let me jump on top of that roof.
Well, that might be deeper issues, Eddie. We'll talk about that after the race, I guess.
It's always nice when you could make light, reset, and re-rack them here. Another thing to clean up, Adam, you failed it was brought in by Hardee's, not the other restaurant that you mentioned.
Oh,
it's Hardee's.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm going to stay out of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a little more runway than we do on that.
Yeah. My future plans are different than yours. Restart to begin stage 2. 9 of Ross Chastain. To his right, William Sawalich.
We talked about how fast the 18 was at the end of that run. Had a great pit stop. Finds himself on the front row. See what he can do on this restart now, as they're already 3 wide into 1.
Really good pushes from the outside groove here.
This turn 2 is always touchy, though. Those guys on the inside, Ross Chastain, Carson Kvapil. It's like everybody gave him room.
Outside row 4, Jeremy Clements lost those positions on the exchange on pit road, trying to get some back there. Look at Sawalich chasing Chastain down near the grass. And he's Sheldon Creed right there behind him.
Yeah, and he's got the draft with Creed pushing him off into turn 3, into the clear right here with the 18.
So big for them, because after the exchange of the stage and the caution and the pit stops, this window in stage 2 only going to be 23 laps to go when we come back. I just think about stage points in the cut line and how enormous this is for William Sawalich.
Yeah, so the second stage obviously is a little bit shorter, so the balance that you had, like I talked about, the first run of the race, the worst. Here, you're like, okay, you're hoping that you nailed it and that the next time down pit road, it's just 4 tires and go. But this run's a little bit shorter. The aggression's going to be up a little bit higher as you see these guys kind of bouncing off each other.
Wow.
Gosh,
Sorry, I saw Chase trying to make it 3 wide, and I could tell that he was going to run into the grass if he didn't have to check up all those guys getting to the bottom of the track.
That's from 8th on back. Jones is 8. Sammy Smith, haven't said Austin Hill's name. He's back there in the 21.
I'm shocked. We talked about it. You guys talked about it in the qualifying program, but the RCR cars here, not really much of a factor right now, and especially with this type. We always think of them at the super speedway stuff, the drafting, like those are the cars to beat, but man, really not in the picture right now.
No, and they were puzzled by it after qualifying. You could sense the frustration. Of course, we interviewed Jesse 10 seconds after he got out of the car, and there was a lot of frustration there as we see battle for the lead right here. Chastain getting underneath the 18 of William Sawalich. William not giving it up though. Look at that. Oh, he put it on his quarter. Does he get loose here?
This is where the experience versus inexperience comes in, right? Ross knew what his car was going to do. William is only thinking about track position here, and it cost him. Look, now he's going to fall to at least 4th, 5th, 6th here.
And look at Quapple's move. I mean, Allgaier's there, mixing it up at the front. Just remarkable racing here early stage 2 at Indy.
I cannot believe Carson went to the outside. They were going to be 3 wide getting into turn 3 and was able to get back down. You see these guys, everybody's taking every run they get at this point.
Everybody mixes it up, and Allgaier says, thank you very much. Driver 7 up to 3rd. Look at the blocking back behind him as Creed is now managing the front behind Chastain.
Yeah, Clements is trying to have a little bit of a rebound from a slower stop on pit road there. So I think for him and that group is you kind of know that you're not going to maybe have the best of days on pit road, but we don't need to give up any more spots by trying to get it all back in 1 or 2 corners here. So his car is fast. They know that. Bide their time and they'll be fine.
Man, and William was leading last time by. Gets put 3 wide into turn 3 and loses that momentum. Now look at that, all the way down in 6th place. Gonna have a lot of work to get his way back to the front by the end of the stage.
10 laps into stage 2. How about this? We've had 5 leaders today. All of those guys had never led here prior to this afternoon. Chastain out front now. Super.com is giving NASCAR Fan Rewards members the chance to win a VIP trip to Daytona weekend in August. Just 50 points could earn you all-inclusive trip with round-trip flights, hotel accommodations, and club access. Scan the QR code to enter now. Not a Fan Rewards member yet? No problem. Sign up and get 50 points to enter, courtesy of Super.com.
Adam, while you were reading that, we were riding on board with Raja Caruth, and he had a big moment off of turn 2. Had to check up. Multiple cars going by him down the backstretch.
Corey Day, 17. Oh, my, Retzloff into the wall.
I think that's a tough spot. If that's off turn 4, like the spotters, like the depth there. So I'm not sure if Chase really knew that the 99 was on his outside there.
Well, there's no give right here. It's all take. These guys have been battling for the last 5 minutes back and forth. Everyone feeling like their car's a little bit better, but they can't get all the way to the front of this group. We talked about how quick Chase was moving up early in the race, and he's just kind of stalled out. We'll go back and take another look at this. Parker being on his outside.
I think Parker just was trying to force the issue there. A little high.
Yeah.
Like right there, it just created enough space and just kind of got lost where he was, but no harm, no foul.
It sounded fine in the car. Yeah. It looked bad from our perspective where we saw it from behind, but yeah, that won't even phase you inside of the car.
That's how I felt yesterday in practice.
I bet you did.
Retzloff back there in 15th, Kim.
Yeah, good news. No smoke in terms of a tire rub or anything from that incident. They are checking the pictures. Haven't heard back on those. Parker came on the radio, though, and said it's way more edgy and I don't feel any faster. That was a complaint he had during the first run. He said, we wish we were more trimmed out. I am so slow on the straights. Parker's still trying to find his footing in this place. He told me, I don't like this place, but he admitted it's because he has not completely had it figured out. Hasn't run as well here as he would like a top 10 to change that. And Danny Eflin, the crew chief, mentioned to me, he didn't like Darlington until something finally clicked. We got a good finish and he changed his tune. So that's the goal today, to get him liking this track a little bit more with a top 10 or a top 15 finish.
Yeah, great information, Kim. And the one thing they can do on the pit stop is they can let some rounds out of the back of the car. Maybe you let one round out of both sides. Gets the back of the car lower, it gets the spoiler out there. It will give you more straightaway speed, but what Parker said there was, I just feel like I'm out of control now, but I'm no faster. So that car stalled out, just kind of terminal velocity on the straightaway. They're trying to give him some more speed, but it's really just taking handling away.
Yeah, and when you show up to a place, going back to just the mentality, when you show up to a place that's intimidating as the Brickyard can be, and you're not the biggest fan of it, that makes your weekends a lot longer. I struggle with tracks like that. Like Darlington was one of those places where I struggled with. I just wasn't a fan. And all of a sudden you get into a couple cars and things start to click a little bit and your results change. It's like, okay, you start to appreciate what each racetrack has to offer. They're all different.
All guy third right now could be a problem there.
Might be losing this cylinder here.
Oh, no.
Copy that.
Well, he'll hear the pitch of the engine change. Could be, maybe RPM related. I mean, Justin's been around long enough. He says that. Probably something going wrong, but as you look, he's not really losing a lot of ground.
00 trying to pack air on the 9 here.
Right there in the hip pocket.
The 9, yeah. Yes. Trying to get the run he needs. Move the 9 up the racetrack a little bit, but you look, Justin's pulled right back up to him.
Cylinder looks fine to me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
When he dives to the inside, does a little 2-for-1, we'll understand just how stout that car is. They haven't really pulled away from Quapple either. And give some credit to Sam Mayer. I mean, had a little bit of a, slide in the early stages, but right there in 5th.
And the one thing for me, guys, as we watch this race is there's no clear you're the best car at this point in the race. We saw Creed at the beginning be what we thought was the best car, and then at the end of that stage, I thought the 18 was the best on the longer run. I think that plays into his favor in this next stage because you're going to run a little bit longer. But now you see Chastain's out front, and he appears to be the best car. But I like that they're all stacked up. I think any of these guys you see on your screen right here are going to be a factor for the win later on.
What's up, Dylan?
I want to give you a Toyota driver update a little bit further in the field, looking at Brent Cruz, who runs in the 8th spot right now. They had that practice crash yesterday, didn't get a ton of laps on the racetrack, qualified 15th, so spoke with Seth Chofka and knew they were going to have some work to do, but he emphasized how important it was early for them to make up some time and make up some track position. Brent felt like at stage 1 that the car was just a little bit too loose on him, but he was figuring it out still himself. And then once he started to figure out how to run this racetrack, the laps he's been clicking off have been some of the fastest of anybody in the field. And crucially, at the end of stage 1, they finished 9th and got a couple of stage points. So for somebody who's on the bubble, doing kind of what they need to do here, slow and methodically moving their way forward.
As we ride on board with Brent Cruz right here, the Toyota Racing onboard camera, I want you to watch not only the window net, you can see the air buffeting as he goes by a car, but also watch, I don't think it's going to be as bad, watch that Toyota sticker on the roof bouncing up and down as well. There's so much movement, especially when you're in dirty air, and that's why when you hear guys talk about the balance of their car changing, that's one of those visuals that you can see. Look how much smoother that is right there. That Toyota sticker the lap before in the exact same place when he was behind a car was moving up and down, and that just disrupts the balance of your car.
But they want the dirtier air to help to balance.
Yeah, someone said that. That's right.
But I'll say this, he's following the pattern that we've seen this year. Learn these new tracks early 100%. And then pounce in that final stage.
Yeah, 100%. And also for Toyotas, like we talked about Sawalich there at the end of stage 1. The Toyotas looks like they have a little bit better long run speed than short run speed. And then on the flip side of that, the Haas cars, they fell off at the end. So we'll see how the adjustments came for those two cars as well.
All right, let's take a look at this real quick. I talked about all that buffeting. Look at that roof cam right there bouncing up and down as he's going by Austin Hill to the inside, making a pass.
The Whelen caution lights are on. What you're seeing on the track right now is the same Whelen emergency warning technology used by police, fire, and EMS vehicles across America, trusted every day to protect those who protect us. Second yellow of the day, the first natural caution comes out for Garrett Smithley going for a slide. A couple of weeks ago, got his best run of the year at Atlanta when he finished 6th.
Take a quick look here. He's right behind Blaine Perkins entering turn 1. See if he just gotten some of that dirty air. Maybe got a little low on the apron.
Looks like he got a little bit of the apron there. That concrete upset the car just enough.
But doesn't hit anything here. You see those right side tires blow out. Yep. This is a long slide. I can tell you inside the car, this is a moment right here. Knowing that wall's approaching.
There's a window of sadness, and then it's like, oh, okay,
yeah, I got it.
We're fine.
That's right.
Yeah, we're fine.
You know, this caution comes out at a really interesting time as we watch one more time the 0 stepping out, because the fuel window, you know, we're almost right on top of it, maybe just outside of it. But you would think here about coming down, flipping the stage. I mean, you could probably pit here and with the caution laps in the exchange, make it to the end of the race. So I'm real curious to see how everybody balances this.
I want a little in the bank in Indy.
It seems like we always go to overtime
always
here.
Get those overtimes here. And I guess you can take a chance if you're like Allgaier, got 6 wins this year.
Yeah.
Maybe a little fake out right here. We're going to find out.
Look at this. Woo. Either we got a lot of shot fakes, or we got a lot of guys coming to pit road.
Adam for crew chief.
Chastain leading them down. They're on the progressive pit lane, Dylan.
Yeah, and the 9 can go for it because they're not running for full season points. So they maybe forced everybody's hand here by just trying to go for this and keep some track position. Ross reported that he was 2 numbers looser than he was in stage 1. So he went from a 3 loose to a 5 loose. You want to go back on the air pressure adjustment that they made at the end of stage 1. Sheldon Creed said he was better that run. He was also a little bit free, but was building tight on the 00, Kim.
And for Carson Kvapil, same story as the first run. Pretty good balance. Just the same complaint, snug on exit, pushes the nose, then just gets a little bit free. They will take 4 fresh Goodyear tires, do a little tape adjustment on the front, as well as fuel.
The race off progressive pit road. Looks like that 19 is going to hold serve. Jumps out in front of Sheldon Creed. Top 4 stay the same. Top 5 rather, +2 for Brandon Jones. What a fun run to end stage 2 this is going to be. We're live at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. NASCAR made their first visit in '94. The biggest names have won here. And we've done all different disciplines here. Sometimes on the oval, sometimes on the road. But when you get the checkered flag, you know it has been your day. NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by KFC. It's finger licking good. The Credit One Bank NASCAR American Express card. And by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, first class in every way. And the museum is just an awesome place to go and walk through. There's your car, Jamie.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite car in the museum, just so you know.
That orange is so good.
Yeah.
It's been 16 years. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
Well, we don't have to go that far, Adam. Just left it. It's a beautiful car.
Prior to pit stops, Brent Cruz was up in the top 10, but they had a problem.
See, they're going to go around, jack this left side up, and when it goes up, watch right. Well, he tried to go, and it rolled off the jack. It's like they must have been slow on one of those left side tires. I thought that it had actually fallen off, but let's hear what he says on the radio about it.
Did I just go way too soon? I felt like I went when I was told to go, but I don't know. Like, what do I do different? We'll figure it out on Monday. Just focus forward.
Hey, there's going to be 3 to go in a stage, so they basically forfeit stage points here. 2 drivers did stay out in this cycle. Dean Thompson, Raja Caruth. This restart could be huge for Raja, trying to go get stage points.
Yeah, look how loose all those guys are that stayed out, trying to accelerate and get the power down. See the second row giving them a big shove, but you got to be careful because they're not going to have. Oh, look how loose!
Dean is loose.
Dean is super loose on the bottom.
Oh, look what that does to Chastain. That car was dancing around. Allgaier up to second.
Oh, and they're 3 wide right here. Carson Quapple on the outside. Look at the run the inside lane's going to have here.
Raja needs to be smart here and know that he's at a deficit on tires and to not cost himself, like maybe let the 7 go if he gets there, but don't cost himself 5 extra spots trying to hold off.
Make the most of your situation.
Yes,
yeah, just manage this because we've seen multiple guys lose 5 or 6 spots in one corner as they're 3 wide getting into turn 4.
The racing really good. Back part of the top 10. Brandon Jones is there. And look at the inside. Chase Elliott with a big rally in the 88. Parker Retzloff right behind him. And Taylor Gray, who had the penalties in that mix.
Look at the draft just blow by Corey Day right there. He was all by himself on the top. You see look at that. I bet 8 cars went by him on that one straightaway.
These restarts are incredible. Going to be a lap and a half to go. Stage 2, Raja's still out front.
Raja's in a great position. They've driven away just a little bit. And as you mentioned, Bubba, even if he has to let Allgaier go, but I think Allgaier is going to kind of be a friend here. Yeah. Push him for just a little bit till he can get the right run that he needs.
We talk about how that gap just closed right back up. So all 4 cars under a blanket here, the top 4. But still, when you know you're on the cut line, every point matters. It's like I have to win this stage, or else you gotta look at the bigger picture. We gotta make the most of the day.
That battle for 10th won't quit.
Oh, they're just fighting like crazy back there. I'm telling you, I'm impressed with the 32. Again, able to stay out in front.
Dean Thompson, who lost the clean air, is in 3rd.
Yeah, he's in 3rd.
See those guys able to hang on really well right here.
I think I'll call the finish to the stage and then close my eyes because I'm not sure what's going to happen behind him. Chastain drives around Dean Thompson for 3rd, down the back straightaway, final time, stage 2. Raja hanging on. These 10 points would be huge for him.
And he's in a great position. Even if Allgaier gets inside of him, he's not going to lose but a couple of spots at the most going down the front stretch right here. But I just don't see the 7 being able to get the run that he needs.
Great execution from the 32 team there. That's
a win.
Impressive. And to your point, I think the 7 did play nice there. Maybe he knew the scenario. He was like, let's help each other out. Like, that's nice.
Raja in the 88 the rest of the year. Last run in the 32.
Yeah, great checker. Good job.
And he makes it happen in this 2nd stage. Events DC, the onboard camera that takes us inside the car and looking in the eyes of Raja Caruth, who just got 10 huge stage points as he's the winner of stage 2 at Indianapolis. Allgaier, Chastain, Creed, Quapple the top 5. Dean Thompson fell to 6th. We're back in a moment. As we head into the next stage, it's time to fuel up with Arby's new Angus cheesesteak with 100% Angus beef, melty Cooper cheese, and a toasted Amaurosis roll. It's exactly what you need to finish strong. Race to yours by texting RACE to 27297 to get notified about Arby's exclusive deals. Order your cheesesteak in the Arby's app today. Here's Carla Metz.
Thanks, Adam. Well, Indianapolis Motor Speedway paying tribute to Kyle Busch this weekend. In this series alone, he has 4 wins, 358 laps led, and of course his presence still being felt here this afternoon. The 44 Brennan Poole using his paint scheme this weekend to highlight Kyle Busch and his wife Samantha's Bundle of Joy Foundation that helps in families experiencing infertility. Brennan told me earlier today, he said, this one's just special for my whole family. We've helped support this for many years. Says he's just floored to think about the 100 lives the Bushes have helped bring into the world. Samantha Busch was able to see the paint scheme through a video yesterday. She said it brought tears to her eyes. She's, of course, pulling for the 44 this weekend. And if you want to also help support the foundation, we've included the QR code to help make that easily accessible, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. Great report, Carla. You know, each week you go through to prep for these races, and especially in the O'Reilly series, when you do it, you know, you always come across the unbelievable success that Kyle had at all these racetracks. Really neat to see what Brennan Poole and the folks at Alpha Prime are doing this weekend with the paint scheme. Well, I'm glad that we shared the QR code. And, you know, I look at that 44 car, and immediately I go back to our last race a couple of weeks ago at Atlanta when
Two seconds. Oh, no.
Never mind.
Never mind.
It changed that quickly.
Yes.
All right, so you stay out, you get stage points, and then you have to come down and kind of pay your debt here. Jordan Anderson Racing's Raja Caruth are going to come in and make a pit stop. Dean Thompson will do the same down Progressive Pit Road. Dylan?
Yeah, and that debt that you mentioned is what they're going to make sure that they have worked into the race car here for Raja Caruth. Want to make sure they get him the proper balance to be in traffic probably the rest of the day. So they're going to go back on some air pressure changes they made in stage 1 to get him closer to how he started, and also add some tape to the grill. 4 tires and fuel for the 32, Raja's final race this year in this car before he moves to the Junior Motorsports 88 to finish the year, Kim.
And Dylan, Dean Thompson in the 26, the other driver that had stayed out, try and grab stage points. They will take this opportunity to fix the nose just where it's puckered in a little bit. So if you see some bare bond in a second go out, that's what they're working on. Just struggled with overall grip and dirty air, but in the ballpark, he felt like was not happy though with Ross Chastain on that last restart. He said, it'd be better if the 9 didn't try to kill me.
Yeah, and you know what I'll say? I know it's not been the year that Sam Hunt Racing would have liked, but a really good effort by them there in stage 2 to get Dean Thompson some stage points. Restart, final stage with Allgaier leading when we come back. NASCAR on the CW is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. Progressive, save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by KFC, it's finger licking good. Back at Indy, and now we get this replay brought to you by Progressive. Save when you bundle motorcycle, RV, and boat insurance. Visit progressive.com. Going to look at the 19 of Brent Cruz. Started yesterday in practice.
A little bit of contact there with the wall. He was actually the fastest car in practice, but just where it started, had some contact with his teammate, and then later on pit road, they had the car jacked up, and it looks like he tried to go before the car was let down and had to come back in, tape some crush panels up, but had plenty of adversity at him, but he still got time.
Hey, and he's 19th, so there's plenty of ground for him to go get some here late in this race if the car's where it needs to be. He's right now +1 above the cut line in front of his teammate William Sawalich, who's had a good day, going to restart at least prior to the choose as 6th, driver 18. Allgaier leading this thing, goes outside lane.
Well, he did the same thing last year.
Yep.
I don't know if you remember it got him in trouble because Larson restarted on his inside.
Slid up the racetrack.
Got loose underneath
who was
him.
it?
Larson.
Well, but here, I think about that. You got a Cup guy you're racing with. I mean, the foreshadowing of that is quite interesting.
Yeah, and when we get down to the end of this, everybody gets more aggressive. The outside lane doesn't give the inside lane as much room, and those cars will get loose. Turn 2's tough on these restarts. You hope you can have them cleared by the time you get there.
What about that number 9 car on the restart, Dylan?
Yeah, just wanted to quickly kind of talk about fuel strategy here because it is the name of the game here in this final stage. They feel like they're actually going to be okay. I would imagine, Ross is a Cup driver. He knows probably inherently to just save fuel whenever and however he can, no matter how close you are. But Philip Bell, the crew chief, came on the radio and told him that we should be good. We're not going to make another stop. We know that for sure. But they felt like they could make it. There's a couple other Hendrick-powered cars that feel like they're in a similar boat, maybe a lap or 2 short. There's some other teams with some other organizations that feel like they're maybe closer to 3 laps short. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys work the draft, if there's anything they can do just to give themselves a little bit of a buffer. Another yellow, though, would go a long way for several of these cars up front.
There is 0% chance you're saving 3 laps of fuel here with this rules package. They're almost wide open all the way around the racetrack. You could save 3 laps, but you're going to have to run 6 seconds a lap off the pace to do that. You might save 1. But I think it's going to be more challenging here than anywhere else. It's like trying to save fuel at Daytona or Talladega.
I'm going to give my team a shout out. When we go to Daytona and Talladega, they're usually like, hey, save us fuel, but maintain track position. Okay, pal.
Yeah.
Pick one. What do you want?
Check every box.
Oxymoron, I think, right? It makes no sense.
Gosh.
Hey, we're above the action with GovX aerial coverage. GovX savings for those who serve. As we get ready for the restart, it'll be JRM 1, 2, 3. They've won 13 times this year with 5 different drivers and 4 different cars. And the man that's in control from the outside lane, Justin Allgaier's won 6 times in 2026. And he also won right here at Indianapolis 2018, the only driver in the field that's won here in the past.
Sheldon Creed, who's going to line up behind Allgaier, I think one of the best pushers in the entire series. I'd love to have him behind me if I'm leading this.
Carson Kvapil in the 1. Looking for his first career victory. Final stage underway at Indy.
A lot more organized on the bottom. Oh, Sam Mayer here going bottom 3 wide.
That's going to stall that inside lane out.
3 wide. I mean, he goes down there and makes it happen.
Oh, poor William Sawalich gets the raw end of the deal and going to be on the outside now of turn 2 as well. Can he get down in front of Brandon Jones? He does.
Side by side for the lead off of 2. Allgaier can't get away. Mixing it up for 3rd. How good is this coming down the back straightaway to turn 3?
Look at the run the 1 has here. He's just defending. Okay.
Allgaier in a vulnerable position, being on the outside of turn 3. Outside of turn 2, you can have that momentum, but it's so fast on the entry to 3, being able to commit to that. As you see now, his other teammate, Carson Kvapil, is going to get to his inside. Sam Mayer was really aggressive on that restart, but look how much it's paid off for him. Now he's going to make it 3 wide again inside of Kvapil.
Chastain to the lead, 3 wide for 2nd. Look at Mayer dicing down there.
And those angles are so bad for the spotters. You have to do the, oh, he got tight right here.
Contact with a 1.
Oh, Quapple fights back.
Egos are starting to set in here.
Oh, so good.
And Quapple going to win out on that battle. Now Allgaier coming low.
Allgaier packed air on that left rear quarter of the 41 of Mayer. Now Mayer's teammate Creed's going to help push him by.
Look, us race car drivers in this moment, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Quit putting us 3 wide. And so Allgaier's like, I'm just going to pack air and make it hell for you.
How about this? Austin Hill right there, a part of the equation. Riding with William Sawalich, who's trying to find his spot above that chase cut line.
He has a fast car. He came out on the short end of the deal on that restart, getting put in 3 wide because he was in the outside lane, but done a great job here fighting back. Now has his teammate Brandon Jones behind him, trying to push him through.
Chase Elliott, welcome to the party. He's right in this mix.
Yeah, Chase Elliott all the way up to 7th right here. So we ride on board with the GovX on board. Sam Mayer, one of the more aggressive drivers. We're looking out of the back of that car. It looks so calm, but I can assure you inside of those guys.
Look at the side drafting.
A little side draft there from the 88. Oh, the 18 gets up behind him. Now Corey Day.
What a move.
Poor William.
He's trying everything.
Nobody helping the 18 car today.
Anthony Alfredo is right there in the 96. Give a call to Jeb Burton inside the top 15 today, driving that 27.
Get a look here. 41 of Mayer, Quapple, a little bit of contact. Everybody trying to get their entries opened up to have the angles that they want.
What's Dale think of this?
Hell yeah! That's what he said. Hell yeah! He likes it. You mentioned Jeb Burton. He had a great qualifying effort earlier. He's got himself back in the mix right here.
I saw him last night. He was out with sponsors. He told me, I think we're going to be good tomorrow. And look who's fighting their way to the front after the restart. Brent Cruz in the 19. We talked about all of their problems today, but so much on the line, and this 18-year-old's fighting hard with Parker Retzlaff.
Yeah, Parker in a good position right here, but it looks to me like the draft is on the outside. You see Ryan Sieg pushing the 19 through. 19's going to be in a great position now.
What I've realized from this race, like, you're going to go through some adversity, but as long as you can just erase that moment and still focus on the task ahead, like, your chances of rebounding are significantly high.
Hey, time to go full throttle with Sound Gear. Wherever sound is a problem, Sound Gear has the solution. Scan the QR code to learn more at soundgear.com. Turn it up.
Get out the front. Be ready here. Be ready here. Inside, inside, inside. Inside 26. 07 still get out the front. Still inside 26. Gonna get lifted in front. Still to your left here. Gonna gaggle in front of you. Currently metal stagger.
30 laps to go at Indy for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Ross Chastain leading. Quapple, Creed, Allgaier, Hill, the top 5. We're live on CW. Closed captioning for today's race is brought to you by Tableau TV. Watch, pause, and record live TV for free. Save money on your TV bills by switching to Tableau TV. Boy, you're watching this race side by side on CW, and I'm telling you, this has been some kind of fun chess match at the front. Chastain leading, but you got Quapple in second. He's been a runner-up 5 times in his career and just not going away here in the 1.
Yeah, he's hungry, man. It's a great opportunity in front of him. He's learning what his car has behind Ross here, his teammate, and he's wondering how he can apply to get by him. You've seen him a couple laps ago during the break just try to apply that pressure to his left rear. Just doesn't have quite enough of what he needs, but who knows? Is he riding there? Is he maintaining his balance to stay close enough within striking distance?
And that'll be a popular win throughout the garage.
100%.
When you think about when Creed was able to win at Atlanta earlier this year, when Carson Quapple gets to victory lane, it's going to be a popular win. And you mentioned earlier, Jeremy Clements with the Sky Fund Aviation on that. Think about this brand who just came into the sport, only doing a few races. The Wild brand protein snacks. We were up here yesterday eating those in the booth. What a moment for those guys to get to come to Indy and have their brand, be on TV, maybe be in victory lane.
One of the biggest stages for sure.
Well, and you don't pick and choose if you're a driver. If you can win, you absolutely will take it anywhere. But if you're Carson and you can get career win #1 at Indy, it just magnifies everything, especially when you think about where he is in his career and the importance of creating opportunities for the future.
Well, he's dogging the 9 right now. It looked to me like the 9's handling maybe starting to go away just a little bit. Got to wonder, as these guys, though, have talked about their balance shifting from being the leader to being the trail car. Maybe they switch. Does that help the 9 car?
You know what? Sorry to cut you off. You know what I wonder is if he actually knows who's driving the 9 car, because it's one of the worst blockers in the entire sport. That's all he does is mirror drive. So good luck getting around Ross Chastain.
Chastain will play some defense.
Yes,
right?
he is going to make it hard on him, and that's to Ross's point. Okay, he knows that the 1 car is better. He is going to make Carson here burn his stuff up to hopefully get a bigger gap there later. But man, Carson's not going away.
Yeah, and we've seen this earlier in the race. These 2 guys have driven away from who's behind, but it just seems like once we get that 20-25 laps on tires, it all starts migrating back together.
Tell you what, these 2 connected at the hip, and I would say the same thing for 3rd. If you drift back behind them, Creed has that 3rd spot, but Allgaier right there. Here comes the 7.
Strong run off of 4 for the 7. Easy pass here. If Sheldon was smart, he'll just let the 7 car have it just to get back attached and make a charge at the front 2. But that's exactly what the front 2 wanted to see, is them battling it out to create an even bigger gap. They're up to 2.5 seconds here. Oh, here goes Carson off turn 2 here.
Got in the lead, off the corner, down the back straightaway at Indianapolis, using all the racetrack. Carson Quapple leads in front of Ross Chastain.
Man, I think the way his car is handling here, he might drive away right here.
Well, we're going to see. It's been really interesting. I feel like the whole race long to see that leader struggle and then all of a sudden get behind, and 2 laps later, they're all over the car in front of him. It is very unique here as you get a look at the owner over there on the right, Dale Jr. We talked about it being a popular win. It'll be relief, I think, for Dale Jr. for Carson to get to victory lane. He's put a lot of effort into this young man, and everybody wants to see it finally happen.
Carson's been really hard on himself, all those runner-up finishes. And he felt like one got away at Atlanta a couple of weeks ago. And Dale told me, we talked after the race, and I coached him up on, you got to keep looking forward. Don't think about what's in the rearview mirror. Here we are today. Perfect opportunity on the biggest stage to go out and get it done. He's in control with 21 remaining.
What I've always liked about Carson is he's just a cool, calm, collected, very poised, very focused on the task at hand. Yes, all of us are critical of ourselves, so I don't fault him there. But he is able to erase it and focus right now on trying to be the best for the next 21 laps here.
He is slowly getting away from the 9 or Ross Chastain behind. We haven't really seen anybody be able to drive away like that late in these runs. See this next time by.
Great lap, buddy. Keep it up.
Yep, you hear him talking about those lap times. It's just exactly how fast it is. Almost 2/10 quicker last time by. Kim, do you have more on the 1?
Yeah, Carson's been completely quiet. Rodney Childers, the crew chief, did come on when Carson took the lead and reminded him it's going to drive a little bit different out front. So figure out your marks. Also said 1 and 3 is where you need a little bit of work. 2 and 4 look really good, though.
The good news is Kvapil is leading. The bad news, 20 laps at Indy is an eternity. Number 1 out front. In front of Chastain, Allgaier, Creed, and Hill. And here's how he got it done. Looking really good right now as he tries to get that first trophy. And the boss definitely approves on the pit box. .16 laps to go. It's the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series live on CW from Indianapolis Motor Speedway with Jamie McMurray, Bubba Wallace. I'm Adam Alexander, Carla Metz, Kim Kuhn, Dylan Welch on the pit lane.
Well, when we went to break, it looked to me like the
Ross ran a 06. The one ran a 17. Every lap it keeps getting better and better and better. Oh yeah. Game on now.
Gotta love the confidence.
Yeah, Eddie he substituted for us out in Sonoma, so it's just funny hearing the way he talks, the way he navigates, you know, his drivers throughout the racetrack. But yeah, you can never count out the 7 when the pay window opens. That's who shows up the most.
And Adam, you said this as we went to break. You look in the bottom left of your screen, 15 laps. That's almost 15 minutes. It's not Bristol where it knocked, or Martinsville where these go away so quick. It's a while, so the 7 has a legitimate shot of being able to catch them.
Sam Mayer second in this race last year, starting to drift late. That's Corey Day in the 17.
Corey Day packing the air on the left rear, making it extremely tough. Watch the hands here of Sam Mayer. Oh yeah, loose.
You can hear the car backfiring. He was out of the gas so long.
Yep.
Loses all that momentum now.
Luckily, it was only 2 spots for him. He can wind it back up here and try to make a charge again.
Sam Mayer only 36 points above the cut line right now. You know, he's great at Iowa, but with Daytona looming to end the regular season, just the wild cards and the question marks when it comes to who's going to qualify for the chase. And there's been a lot of drama for those bubble guys today. But I mean, the separation is not great. 22 separated 11th to 14th coming in, and you can see how snug it is right now.
Yeah, man, those guys that are floating around that bubble.
Oh, this lap car going to play a big factor in this. We saw it earlier, guys.
Here.
Yeah, that's David Starr.
Oh, it was the same lap car from earlier that woed up Sheldon Creed.
Got a free pass, got back on the lead lap, going a lap down here.
Yeah, all good, man. Ryan?
I think he caught him at an okay spot to not allow the 1 car get that big of a run here. So more so, it kind of jeopardizes the entry for turn 3 for Ross there. So hopefully Carson can capitalize on that and pull back away.
And Allgaier's the other one that will now have that lap car. See, I think his timing's going to be, I don't know, maybe get a little draft here. We'll see about the lap times this next time by. It almost leveled out with the 1 and the 7. Oh no, that cost Carson Kvapil almost 3/10 that lap to the 7. So Allgaier is, at the rate he's going, he's going to get there with about 3 or 4 laps to go, and we're going to have a race.
Hey, and with 12 remaining, look who's in 4th in the bumper there, Chase Elliott. So Junior Motorsports, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the running order here at Indy.
I take back what I said earlier, okay? Where was JRM?
That's right, yeah.
They're there now.
They've answered the bell. They always do. Hey, a top 10 for that organization today would be their 79th straight race, putting a car inside the top 10. That would match RFK for the best all time. The organization has just been red hot in recent years.
It's awesome to see just the passion from Dale and Kelly and what they've been able to do with JRM over the last handful of years. I remember running against them in the O'Reilly series, and those were always the cars that you wanted to beat, and it was always fun. But to see them now to take that next step and just be dominant each and every weekend. You know, that man on the pit box there somehow wearing a hoodie in July in Indy is super pumped.
What about it, Kim?
Yeah, and Carson Kvapil, completely focused, has been very quiet on the radio. What I have been hearing is spotter TJ Majors as well as crew chief Rodney Childers just giving him updates. Here's what they most recently told him. Let's get some in-car audio courtesy of Starkey for the 1 car.
What does he do better in 1?
Lazy in turn 1. That's the biggest thing, because every time we say something, he rocks through there real good.
Copy.
So you heard them mention turn 1, and I actually had a conversation with Carson earlier today. He talked about how good the car was, how he likes this racetrack, but if there's one thing he felt like he needed work on, it was turn 1. He said it's the biggest challenge. It's just an odd corner. He described it as, he said the entry and the exit are just both uncomfortable for me in different ways.
And as we look at Rodney Childers, Adam, I have to think he's seeing the same thing we are, and you could cue the Jaws music at any moment here, because the 7 car continues to knock a 10th a lap out, and he's going to get a little draft now from the 9 car. We got another lap car playing into this. It is far from over for Carson Kvapil.
It is shaping up to be an interesting race between these 3, but yeah, so it's like the 9 car is falling back, allowing the tow method here for the 7. So you should see a little bit of an increase in lap time here to mount a late charge here. It's going to be exciting.
Look at those lap times on the left of your screen. Yep. You see, 3/10, a lap 88. You see a 10th, lap 89, another 10th, and it's going to get it's going to continue to get magnified for the 7 because he gets that little bit of a draft. How quick he can get by Ross Chastain will be the determining factor if Allgaier can go up and race for the win.
Well, and how hard does the 9, Ross Chastain, defend here?
I was going to mention
when
yes.
you're battling for second instead of the race lead.
And now, like I joked about Ross being the best blocker in the game, right? Cup drivers also know, like, it's not really my day. This car is faster. Like, okay. But when it's the heat of the moment, you're battling for the lead, you're going to make that guy work hard for it.
Oh, he's going to make him work for it. Because if the caution comes out, he wants to restart on the front row. He's not going to want to restart in a different position. I think he's going to race him hard here.
Coming to 8 laps to go. You know, I see that one out front. We talk about Rodney Childers. And I think about the success he had here in the Brickyard 400 with Kevin Harvick winning it in 19 and 20.
They were so fast.
I mean, trying to sprinkle a little more magic dust on a car here.
Watch right here.
Cross the yard of bricks first.
Rodney's hoping the 9 can hold him up a little bit. We'll see what kind of run. Can Allgaier get just a little bit inside here of the 9? He's so much faster right now. Oh, yeah. He's going to have the run right here. Watch. Got the momentum. 9 will not. Oh, he can't. Oh, he lost a little bit. Wow, it looked to me like he had
I thought he had the run. It was just enough to where when he pulled out, he stalled himself. And so now he has to regroup. That's a lot of time lost right there. So I imagine here, if he can get a good run off of turn 4 here and set himself up to pack air, because he's at the point where he can waste no time. We're down to 8 laps to go. 7 coming by this next time. He has got to pack air here, get the 9 out of the way, and march forward.
Got a little bit of a toe here down into turn 1. It just looked to me like he was way better through turn 2 than what the 9 was. But the 9 down the pipes right there. Yeah, lifted.
Here comes Allgaier for second.
Oh, yeah.
No problem.
He's going to race him hard, Jamie. He did not.
It's over, yeah.
All right. Here we go.
What did you say about the Jaws music? He makes the pass. He's a second back. We'll see what Allgaier can do from here.
He made the pass and ran faster than the leader did all in the same time, so it actually didn't hold him up, guys.
Allgaier really getting it done late, Dylan.
And Andrew Overstreet, the crew chief, emphasized exactly what you guys were talking about. He said, let's not lose too much time racing the 9 car. So they got past him pretty quickly. That's the gap to make up to the 1 car. They feel like they are the best, though. The 7 does right here at the exit of turn number 4. That's part of why the lap times have been so good. He gets off that corner so well, then has this long front straightaway to use the draft and try and close in on the cars he's trying to pass. So we'll see if he's got enough time. 5 to go next time by.
Heartbreak for the 51 on the right. You see issues there on pit road. Maybe a battery doing something there to the left rear. Sounds like maybe they're having to change the batteries. Look at this, though, guys. Down the straight. Look at all the lap cars lined up. It's not 1. There was 5 of them on that straightaway. It's going to play a role in how these guys catch them and who can pass.
Longest run of the day. First time we've dealt with this. Running on those older tires. You pitted at the end of stage 2 to cycle it through. So everything these guys are facing is coming at them for the first time today. Going to be 5 laps to go for Carson Quappelin, doing everything he can to try to hang on for that first career victory.
Well, good news for Carson. Last time by, he actually matched Allgaier's lap time. They both ran quite a bit slower than what they have been. Very close this time. Justin was able to run him out just a little bit, but I just think as we catch those lap cars, but we've heard them reference the balance of their cars. Does it just, does it help the balance of the 1, or does it hurt it?
The thing here, I told you I'm lost on the dirty air thing. But what is going to be vital for Carson here is to have his mind made up now of what he wants to do with the lap cars ahead. He cannot wait until he's a corner behind and they're right there in front of him. Yes, it's not as easy as just pulling out a line and going, but having your mind made up, making that move count to not waste as much time as possible.
So much history in Indianapolis for Junior Motorsports. Last year, they got their 100th win all time, courtesy of Connor Zilic. Today, trying to do something for the first time ever, and that is sweep the top 4 positions at this level in NASCAR. Quappel leads Allgaier, Chastain, and Chase Elliott. 4 to go for driver 1.
Yeah, over a 1/10 of a second quicker that time. And what makes me nervous when we talk about these lap cars, it's not just 1. You see it's 2 guys kind of racing for a position right there, so that might change their mindset as these leaders catch them. He's going to have to deal with them within the next lap and a half, probably. And man, with the rules package they have, if you check up just a little bit on the exit of a corner and you pay the penalty down that 3,300 foot long straightaway, it's a lot of lap time you can lose in one lap.
Yeah, he's here. This is what I talked about a moment ago. What is your plan here? You're hoping that they just move over, which
that's
07
nice.
does.
That's
nice.
07 slides out of the way.
Very classy move. Okay,
Definitely.
that's one down.
Next, you'll see Ryan Ellis in the 02.
But Allgaier's going to get a nice little toe right here from Bilicki, and Bilicki will probably even give him that inside if he can just open up his entry here.
Yeah, Bilicki's just pointing him by. You see the finger out the window. Super classy moves for the lap cars here. The 02 moves out of the way. Kind of compromises the one's exit here.
A little bit. And they matched each other's lap times. Allgaier was just barely quicker the last time by.
So Allgaier is going to get a toe here.
Looked like he got a little tight, though. On exit, he washed up a little quick. You can hear the throttle.
Yeah.
Ryan Ellis kind of rolling out of it right there. Going to let Justin go.
Yep.
Please let me go before I get to the entry so I can open it up.
Going to be 2 laps to go this time by, coming through 3 and 4. You know, Carson's dad, Travis, is a champion in the Truck Series. He got his first Truck Series win 25 years ago. Oh, boy, so much drama. The nerves that must be happening behind the wheel. 5 miles to career win #1.
This is bringing back memories for me from last year. You know, the double overtime, 2 laps here. It's all about hitting your marks. And you're just mirror driving at this point, because for us, it's a little different. You can see the runs kind of happening and forming. But yeah, you're just wondering where that car is behind you, making sure that you seal off all the air to not allow them to advance on you in the corners. But nerve-wracking last 2 laps.
Justin is going to get there on the last lap. It's going to be really close. He was 2/10 quicker again right here. And look, he's getting a little bit of toe right now. And you mentioned it. The thing about driving out of the mirror is that you could miss your marks if you're 100%. The one car at Carson. So focus ahead. It just seems to me like the 7's going to, like this point, next time by, I think they're going to be right on each other.
Off of turn 4.
Here we go.
We'll see the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank for what's ahead.
Hopefully those lap cars don't play a factor in this, but Justin's getting a little bit of a draft right here.
5 races this year, ended with a last lap pass. Here's Allgaier.
Allgaier's going to be there. He's been so good in turn 2. Carson's got to hit his marks just right, get that exit that he needs.
He's just got to focus here. And
Justin's tight. I think that's good for the one.
Yeah, that stalled all the momentum there.
Down to back straightaway for the final time. A little bit of a gap for Quapple here over Allgaier. Lap car out ahead. Into turn 3.
Oh, Justin sent it out. Sent it down in there. Didn't close the gap up enough.
Across the short chute. Off of turn 4. Here comes Carson Quapple. Welcome to the club. Carson Quapple, you are a winner in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. He does it at Indianapolis.
Thank you, guys. That's
incredible.
been a long time coming. Thank you, Rodney. Appreciate it, guys. Hell yeah. This one might make me cry. You did it, man. Thank you, TJ. Big crew. Here's the voters. Thank you, Dale. Appreciate everyone. Means the world to me. All that work, Carson. It paid off, buddy.
Five career runner-up finishes. He's a bridesmaid, no more. And today, Carson Quapple does it on the biggest stage, getting the trophy at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
We all love a good story, don't we?
Yeah, Allgaier, first career win, 2010 at age 23. He did it at Bristol. Today, at age 23, it's Carson Quapple who finishes in front of the championship driver.
It's a massive amount of weight lifted off Carson Quapple's shoulders. There's been a lot of pressure on him. You said it, Adam. If you're going to do it big and do it at one of the biggest tracks in the series. And having to hold off Justin Allgaier makes it even more sweet.
Absolutely, one of the best in the series right now. To be able to do that, hold him off, it just, for me, it unlocked a whole new potential inside the car. Excited to see how this transforms his career for Carson moving forward.
And the celebration brought to you by KFC. First time car number 1 has won a NASCAR race at Indy since 2010 when Jamie Mack got the Brickyard 400 victory. That's pretty cool. And there is a splash of Bass Pro Shops on the back of that car.
Well, there's no doubt that Johnny Morris from Bass Pro Shops is watching today, proud of Carson.
By the way, Chase Elliott did finish the deal. Junior Motorsports sweeps the top 4 positions. First time it's ever been done in the history of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
Wow.
It's like I need to eat a plate of wild chips.
Well, we've got some in the booth. Crackers is what we have. We don't have the chips. We have crackers.
Just what a cool moment. You know, your first win is so special, no matter where it's at.
I mean, there's so many levels to it, though,
100%.
because, I mean, you
Awesome
win it at
job,
Indy.
buddy. Super proud of you. Super proud.
Well, a little emotion there, it looks like, maybe. That's awesome.
Oh, I think it's the hoodie making him sweat.
But you know, there's so many layers. You win it at Indy. As Jamie said, you beat a championship driver in Justin Allgaier. And then the other thing I would say, the future for Carson Kvapil is uncertain. No one really knows exactly what's going to happen next for him. The best way to find a ride, go win races, especially ones like this.
And you talk about the win magnifying everything. He's also second in points now. Has moved up. I mean, like, his season is getting ready to turn around. Great job by him. Dylan?
Tell you what, we're going to climb over the wall here and chat with Dale Jr. I'm going to try not to knock all my stuff off my pack here. Hey, how proud are you of this kid? It's been a long time coming.
Oh, man. This has been a long time coming. He's like a son almost. You know, you work with these guys for so long. And you work so hard. We work so hard with Josh Berry and all our drivers, and you just want them to have success. And he's got to win to keep going. You got to win if you want to stay in this deal. And man, he got so close. So I'm just so happy for him, for Travis, his dad, Hayden, his brother, his whole family.
Go enjoy this. Congrats.
I will. Thank you.
That is so awesome to see Dale's emotion, everything that he's done in the sport. I think it shows you, though, as fans, what this means to Dale Jr. And Carson, just so you know, drove Dale's late model stock in the Cars Tour. So he's been a part of Carson's career for years. And he mentioned his dad. I mean, they're all together a lot because his little brother now drives Dale's late model. So that family is very connected to Junior Motorsports and Dale Jr. And listen, Adam, we know Dale really well, right? Like, we fly with him every week. His passion, he's the biggest race fan that I know. He loves what he's doing. I'm so happy to see him having the success that he's having.
Here it is, the moment he's been waiting for. Carson Kvapil, finally a winner in the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Wade our way through here. Carson, man, came close a lot of times. You finally get it done in Indianapolis. The boys are going to go climb the fence here. What does this moment mean to you to do this here?
Oh, it means the world to me. Man, I don't know. It's very emotional. I rode around on that lap backwards and just sat there and thought about all the hard work I put in, me and my dad, Travis, to get to this point, and the faith that Dale Jr., L.W. Miller, and Kelly Miller put behind me to give me this opportunity and give me a second chance, I guess you could say, to come back at it this year. So This group of 1 guys on this wild Chips car is amazing, and I knew we were going to get one, and I'm hoping we can chase some more towards the end. I just can't believe it. It's been a lot of races and a lot of hours to working and building towards this.
Dale, we just talked to him. He got emotional talking about how proud he was of you to finally check this off the list. The two of you's relationship, how special is it for you to do this for him?
It's awesome. I mean, I remember last year, this was the 100 win for Junior Motorsports, and I wanted to get my first win really bad, but I really wanted to get the 100th win for JRM here, and just glad we could come back here with Rodney Childers and this whole Wild Potato Chips, Bass Pro Shops, Clarence Technologies Chevrolet, and bring a really fast car. I knew from lap 1 in practice that the thing was a rocket ship, and I just knew we had to do all the right things and make the right adjustments, and I just couldn't make any mistakes.
Can you take a deep breath and exhale a little bit now?
I don't know. This is going to be an exciting one for a long time, and I'll be able to go into the off weekend thinking about this. So just going to try not to cry too much. I've already shed a few tears, just trying to hold it together right now.
Hey, man, you've earned it. Congratulations. Carson Kvapil, finally a winner with the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series.
14 wins this year for Junior Motorsports. 4 different cars, 6 drivers, ties the record they set a year ago. And the guy that got it done today, Carson Kvapil. His dad's a champion, and you know he is so proud this afternoon. 3rd win of the year for that one group. Rodney Childers leading the charge. Let it rip. Celebrate good times. Carson Kvapil, you are a winner at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.